Hello everyone. Hello, sir. I'm audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So welcome to the next session. Actually, in this session, we will see how we can visualize the data. So yesterday, in this data science session, which was the I hope third session, the day one. So where we have seen that how we can uh, find out the information from the database or data source. So ultimately, our purpose is to find out the meaningful values from the data. That is the main goal of a data scientist, so that they can use the historical data for the growth of any company. And what is the use of that data is that suppose a company has 10 or 15 years of old data, right? So they think that it is a meaningless data, but being as a data scientist, we know that how valuable that data is. So with the help of that data, we can predict something related to that company for future. Even nowadays the predictions is happening just because of the historical data. So with the help of this machine learning, we can analyze the data for last 10 years or 15 years, and then we can predict about the weather, the rain, and even few more things also. And last time when I was just reading one article, in France, there is a hospital. They have just analyzed their last 10 to 20 years of data, and now they are able to predict the next day customers, the next day patients, that how many patients will come tomorrow and for which problem they will come. So that, and what is the use of this prediction for a particular hospital? The reason behind is they can just maintain the resources in an efficient manner. They can optimize the resources. So next day they have an idea that tomorrow how many patients will be related to the cardiologist, how many patients will be related to the pediatrics, and so on, so that they can arrange their resources for a particular department. Right. So yesterday we have seen that, I mean, how we can fetch the data, and even in the previous sessions also we have seen. Now the main part of a data scientist is how they can visualize the data, because now we know very well that a picture is equal to the thousands and the 10,000s of words. So if we have the data and we have a picture or pictorial representation, then we know very well that that picture will be more worthful. So Python has Matplotlib, Seaborn, and so many libraries by which we can represent the data in the form of graphs. So we can draw the line graph, histogram graph, pie chart, and even 3D graphs also. And even if you want to see, I hope you remember that yesterday we analyzed one file that was the Relay Cafe. And if time permits, then today we will implement geographical map, the Google map for the data. So suppose the CEO want to know that please show me the data where our cafe are located on a Google map or an map, historical map, the word map, then it's very much easy with the help of Python, right? So we can start with Matplotlib. What we will do first, we will just see the basic graphs on the dummy data, and then we will again work on the last yesterday file which we were working on this train, so that we can visualize the data with the help of graph. So again, I'm sharing my desktop and we will start working on Google Colab, right? And whenever I'm out of reach or I'm not audible, just please tell me. So again, I'll start my browser, and in the browser, I'll just type Google Colab, and as I have already logged in with my Gmail ID, so it will not ask me about login credentials, right? So I'll start it with a new file, or you can say a new Jupyter notebook, right? And why we are working with Jupyter notebook, the reason behind is because it is already having all the packages which are sufficient or which are necessary to write a program. See, the benefit of Python is, I hope you have observed that we have to focus on the logic, on the code, rather than rather than to installing the Python, installing the supporting libraries and all. So Google Colab, Jupyter Notebook, having all the necessary packages, files, additional files which are needed for any libraries, right? And even if we find any library is missing, so just a pip command, we can install it and we can continue working with it. So just rename it. I'm making it day2 underscore. And if you want to save, it will be directly visible to the Google Drive. So we have to just see how the graphs can be plotted with the help of data, and the data can be fetched from a CSV file, from an Excel file, or the live data which is coming from the devices. So for that, we have to first of all import the matplotlib. So, and we are importing matplot libraries, and in matplot libraries there is one more sub package which is known as pyplot, right? So we have imported the pyplot of matplotlib libraries. So this is pyplot, and I'm giving an alias to it. So next time whenever I will use it, I'll call it as in plt plot. So if I want to check is it the right syntax or not, I'll just execute it, right? And if there is no error, we will continue with the next one. I'll add few more this command syntax. Okay, so it is done. Now the easiest thing about the drawing the graph is we need two parameters, the x and the y axis, right? And in it we have to call the plot method of the pyplot. I'm audible? So I have to call the plot method, and that plot method is available inside the pyplot subpackage. So that's why I'm writing plt dot plot. I have to pass the values of two x's, right? So one is here, this is I'm supposing x-axis, and this is I'm supposing the y-axis, right? So suppose I have mentioned this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we are starting with the basic, and then we will move to the visualization on till the Google map with the help of Sevo, the pyplot libraries, and even we will having a short introduction about the 3D graphs also. This is, and the next is if the y-axis, suppose I'll give 1, 4, 5 and something, and I have to then call the show method of the pie plot. And then whenever I'll execute it, it will just draw a graph. Oh my god, let's see. Okay, this is somewhere, and let me check where we are missing. PLT dot plot, and it is saying x and y must at the first dimension would have shape 5 and 4. Okay, so what is the mistake? Both should be on the same dimensions, and the here dimension is changed. So now x and y, because to draw a graph we need this is something. Now we will just make the sufficient changes. So if you want that, okay, this line should be in a different manner, or with the help of some other formats, so we are just adding RO, right? So this is RO is the style, right? So it will just draw a graph between these points, x-axis and the y-axis, right? R is representing the color, and O is the oval. So red जो हमारे circles वगैरह हैं, that will be plotted. And now I have not mentioned the x and the y-axis, these numbers. It is automatically fetching from the x and y-axis numericals, right? And if I want to add something in the x-axis and y-axis, see in this graph, I don't know that, I mean, what this x-axis is indicating and what this y-axis is indicating. So what I have to do, I have to just add two things. Again, I have to call two methods, and one is plot dot x label, right? So this is the method, and x label, that is I have to pass one string. So suppose whatever you want to mention in this graph, we will pass it. So I'm passing that x-axis, and similarly if I'll call plt dot y label, then I have to pass y-axis, and when I'll execute it, it will mention the text on both the axes. Again, if I'll check, see what this graph is indicating. So there is one more thing which I can add it in this graph. I'm adding title. This graph is related to x and the y. So suppose x is my age and y is my gender or anything else. So I have to call plt dot title.
Excuse me, sir. Kindly show the previous command also.
Sure. So what I'll do, I'll change. Should I continue in the same syntax, or I have to move into the next one? Kindly suggest so that it will be easy. Okay, what I'll do, I'll cut it. This is the first one, ma'am. Right? We have just draw a graph, right? And if we want to add the axis, so again we will call, I mean, just a minute, the same graph. Now it will be clear that what we are adding. Right? So in this graph, there is only graph between these x and the y axis. And now what we are doing, we are just adding the text on the x axis, y axis, and this title, right? So plt dot title title. Again, if I want to mention anything that see graph between x and y parameters, right? And when I'll execute it, so here same graph, but it is adding x-axis, y-axis, and the text also, right? So this is the simple graph where we are plotting the graph between two axes. If I can change it this style, right? If I'll not mention it, it will be a continue graph, or you can say it will be a line between these 2 points. This is right. So this is something. And next, if we want to add, this is we have drawn one line in our graph. Now what happens, suppose we have to show the comparison between 6 parameters. So what is the need? It means x1 y1, then x2 y2, then x3 y3. So here in this case, in our graph there will be 3 lines. So 1, 2 and 3 means we are comparing the 3 different graphs in a simple one, or you can say that in a single graph we are comparing the 3 different parameters, right? So for that, what we have to do, we have to use the value. First of all, suppose a dummy value I'm creating. So t is equal to, I'm using the numpy, so that I can generate the random numbers, the random values. For that, I have to import numpy as np, right? So this is basically for the numerical array. Okay, it is done. Then what I have to do, I have to get some data. T is equal to numpy dot, I have one method called arrange, ARANGE, arrange, and I have to pass 3 values. So what I'm passing, 0 point, I'll explain, then comma, then it is 5 point, and then the difference by which it will increase 0.2. So what it will do, it will give me the value from 0.0 to 5.0 point something to 5.0, and the increment of each value will be 0.2. So first value will be 0.0, next will be 0.2, 0.4, 0.8, 1, 1.0, and so on. So it will give me this value. If I'll try to just a minute. T is equal to NARANGE, and what it is saying, T is not defined. Wait. T is equal to NP dot, okay, anyways, we'll continue with it. No, it has to be. So this is the value which is I'm getting from this method. So 0. 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1, 1.2, and till the last.
Hello.
Yes. I'm audible.
I am not able to see your screen.
My screen is not visible. Just a second.
Not visible.
I'll try again. Is it visible now?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse
Yes.
me, sir. Sir, kindly share me the first one. Actually, I didn't miss the first one things, na?
Which
That's
one?
why I thought
This one.
the first
This one.
first one. Yeah, it's before
Yes,
that.
sir. This one. Yes, sir.
So इससे पहले वाला.
Now.
Yes, okay.
Now this one.
Okay, sir.
Right. So.
Sir, please kindly. सही हाँ यहाँ सर इससे पहले वाला जो था आपका.
Which one, ma'am? This one.
ग्राफ से पहले जो बनाया था.
This
तब
one.
आपको जब शुरू बात किया था starting one.
This one.
और
Pause.
पीछे सर प्लीज back.
मैम
Yes sir.
यही है ये सारा
fine. Yes sir. Fine one. Fine. Please hold it. Yes sir.
should I continue?
Okay.
Sir, please, बस 2
Yeah.
minutes, sir. Sir, just go.
Okay.
बड़ा बस sir. Sir, बस
So-
kindly, I want to only 2 minutes.
Not an issue, ma'am. Not an issue, please. So may I just repeat? This is we have
Yes.
import pyplot from matplot and given ali's name is plt. Otherwise, every time I have to use the full name.
Yes.
Right. So we have to draw the graph between, see, whenever we want to draw the graph, we need two axes, x and y. So plt dot plot, we
Right.
passed two axes, right? And this is my style. If I not pass this style, it will draw
Yes.
li. And when we want to add the label of my axis, so in the same graph, we have three things: title of the graph, label, what will be printed on X and what will be printed on Y, right? Now, the output of this graph is 1. What I want three comparison, 3 lines. So for that, what I have done, I have calculated the value of t, right? Now,
Right.
what we are doing, we will create 3 graph. So what I'll do, plt dot plot, right? Now I have to pass 3 parameters, or I have to pass the parameters between I want to draw the graph. So first graph which I want to draw is t comma t. So the t comma t will be this, the value which will I get x and y, right? So do I need any style for that? Yes. What I want, I need that whatever graph will be drawn, जो भी graph मेरा हो t and t के बीच में, उसकी style क्या हो? उसकी style होनी चाहिए suppose r dash dash. So it will be red color and this style dash dash will be printed. Now what next? And then this is the first line which will be drawn in my graph. In the second line, the graph should be between t, the next graph will be t comma t square, right? So t square, how I will write this, and the style for this graph will be bs. So bs is indicating, b means blue, the color, and s is square. So blue square will be draw for this, and next third will be I want t comma tq, right? And what will be the style for that? So suppose g means green and with cap. I'll again repeat the line. I have calculated, or I have arranged the value of t with the help of numpy arrange method. So it will give me the value bit is starting from 0.0 to 4.8, exclude the last value, and the increment starting value, last value excluded, and the amendment of each and every value will be 0.2. So I have drawn one first graph between T and T, right? Second graph with style red color and dashes. Second graph T and T square with blue square block. Third is T comma T cube and with G cap, right? And again, what I want PLT dot X label. So I'll mention X axis, and similarly PLT dot Y label. This is some extra value by which my graph will be self-explanatory, right? And this we can use the same, so we have to use both. It will work single and double quotes, not an issue. And the third one is PLT dot title, right? And the title is suppose I'll say a 3-line, or I'll say linear and quadratic and cubic graph, right? Done. Then next, what I have to call? I have to call the next method, which is known as PLT dot show, right? Now I'll execute it. So this is the graph which will be the output. So x-axis, whatever we have passed in x level, y-axis, whatever we have passed at the y-axis, title, right? And this is the red graph. This is T comma T straight, then T comma T square. This is T comma T cube. Red dashes, then blue square, and the third one is green cap, right? This is the next block. Okay.
Sir, I have a question. Can we give the legend like this triangle is for this one and the square is for this one?
Yes. Next, I'm coming to the same. So we can see step by step we are moving. So in the first simple, then we have added x, y, and then this. Now again, the problem is, as Sir said, this is I'm not able to understand, right? I mean, what this green line is indicating, this blue and red, right? So what I can do, I can add the legends also in this graph. So in this graph, or I can call another example, right? And we see there are two more parameters where when we are calling this method plt.plot. So x comma y, and then color, and then level, then their width, right? So I'll just I'll take next example so that it will be clear to us. So suppose I have taken the value of x, and this is for an example, whatever, 5, 8, 10. Okay, then I'm taking the value of y is equal to, and this is 12, 16 and 6. 12 ले लिए और 6 then done. Then I'll take, this is first graph, then I'll call, or I'll mention, suppose x1 and my y1, and similarly I'll take x2, right? So anything, and this, okay, this should not be here, and similarly I'll take y2, and I'll take any value, right? So two values I have taken. Now when I'm just drawing, so plt dot plot, and in this I have to draw one graph between this x1 comma y1 comma, now I have to give the color. And I have to mention here only label, and label is equal to, suppose मैंने दिया line 1, and you can give the width of that line also. So I have mentioned line width, which is anything. Second, similarly I have mentioned plt dot plot, and this time I'm drawing a graph between x2 comma y2, and this time color will be, I'm taking blue, and level is equal to line 2, and line width is equal to the same, right? And then I have to call this one method plt dot region, and then we have to draw this plt dot show. If you will not call the show method, even this graph will be drawn, right? And so this is, now this is 1, this is 2, this is the extra information. Now it is clear. So suppose I'll say line 1, or what I mentioned, this is age, and this is I mean right? And even we can call one more method, which is called grid. So many methods are there. plt dot grid, and I'll mention true. Yes, we want this, and color, and color is equal to how it will behave. What it is saying, name true is not defined. Okay, so true, okay, boolean value, so maybe it will start gap. So this is, if you want to add the grid also in your graph, so we have to just call plt dot grid true. Yes, we want it, and which color you want. So this is the same graph, right? These are the things which we can add into the graph, so that we can visualize. Now these are the things, right? This x-axis and y-axis. These are the dummy values which we are using for drawing the graph. If we are working on a live data, then these two axes can be from your CSV file or any other, right? And similarly, we have this is line graph. Same, we have the bar plot. Just we will take one example for it. So we have to just change the name of that graph. Here we will mention plt dot plot, right? So I'm copying this two values, right? And I'm just calling the next next type of graph plot. Sorry, this is PLT because this method is available inside the PyPlot sub package, which is inside the matplotlib. So PLT dot bar. And now what are the two axes where we want to draw? This is x1 comma y1 and PLT dot show. So this is right 5, 8, 10, 5, 8 and 10. This is x-axis, and y-axis the value respected to the 5 is 12, respect to the 8 is 6, and this. So this is my again bar graph. Again we can add the same style like these things, or we can make some changes. Let me check it execute. Okay, anyways, no need to. Right, so this is our line graph. The same style we can add here also, like this grid and the level all in second one. And next we can move to the categorical graph, or even we can use one more graph like scattered graph. So scattered graph, what we can check, I mean, what is the how these values are scattered to each other. So we can just call the scatter graph, and the method of this scattered graph to how to draw this scatter graph is, again we will just check it. So again we have to take two parameters called x and the y. So we will having two values, we can take any values. This is like 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 20. And similarly we will take one more value, which is 8, 12, 15, 19. I hope the dimension of 1, 3, 3, 6, 7, 3. Okay, again we have to take one more, and that is 30. So these are the values of two graphs, and we want to draw the scattered graph. So PLT dot and that. So the axis between I want to draw this graph, it is x comma y, and the next PLT dot show. So it will show this scattered graph, how these values are scattered to the others, right? So we can call this method to our data which we analyzed yesterday, that is train.csv, that how these things are different to each other. And next graph we will see the categorical graph, where we want, see, if I'll come to this one here, what we did, we draw a graph between two different entities, right? And here we draw the graph between three different entities. Ma'am, I'm audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here three entities, two entities, and now what I want to draw three different graphs in a single graph. So what I'll do, this is, I'll just mention the comment also, and this is, I'm plotting the categorical graph. And after that, we will just fetch the CSV file and draw our graph on this. So I'll bold it. So here, what I have to do, I have to again take two values, right? And just a minute.
Please unmute by all. Mute by all.
Sir, can we change the color of a graph?
Yes. We can change, we can just pass the value. Here we change this like.
Suppose in a bar graph, we want to change the color of the bar graph. So please. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait. Yes, we can choose.
I think the conversion require a conversion, a string to integer. I think so.
There is a label. Wait, just a minute. We can place the color. It's color, I believe. Field to convert values to the axis unit. Okay.
So if you add the color equal to green, then you're getting.
Okay. So again, upper what we have added.
I think so. It is the numeric value. The whole work is about the numeric value, and black is the string one. I think so. It is a conversion of the requirement of the data conversion. Na? Black and string. I think so. There is a.
You have to. So you have to use color equal to green. You have to use color equal to green.
Okay, fine.
Right.
Fine. Thank you so much, sir.
So next is category graph. I'm taking two values, right? And these two values for three different type of graphs in a single picture. So suppose I have taken one value is like for the name, I'll call it name, or for the simplicity X, and suppose I take 199, which be anything. In respect to that, one more values we have to, and that is right? These are the two values. Now I have to call plot dot figure. So figure method, and in that I have to pass the figure size, right? So I have to mention this fig size equal to any unit. 3 graphs I want, so I have passed 9,3, and now this graph or this figure will be divided into 3 parts, 3 sub parts. So plt dot subplot. Subplot is basically for drawing the graph inside the graph. So this is 1, 3, 1. So this is indicating first 1 row, 3 column. So if we have a graph, so only 1 row will be there. So this is indicating the first row. Total 3 graphs, 1, 2, 3. This is indicating 3 columns. Last one is indicating first row, 3 column. Which one I'm referring? First one. So this is 1, 3, 1, right? And what I want to draw for it, plt dot bar and between x comma y. Next, plt dot scatter, and before that we have to refer which graph. So plt dot subplot, and which one? 1, 3, 2, right? Second one, scatter graph x comma y, and again now we have to call to the plt dot subplot between, sorry, which one? 1, 3, 3, first row, third column, and third one. Then here what we want, plt dot, we have done bar scattered, and now here we can directly simple one plot, which will draw a line. After that we so just 2 values called one figure, and the figure size of this, for an example, this one, it will be like one figure size will be 9 will be the length and 3 will be the height, or you can say width, right? Then it will be divided into 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. So first one, 1, 1, 3, 1, first row, 3 columns, the first one. Second, first row, 3 columns, and second one, first row, 3 column, and the third one. So I'll draw. So this is, so the length is my length is 9 unit, and 3 is the width, and first one is bar graph, second one is my scattered, and third one is the length, right? Just a minute. Yes. And now what we want, we will come back to the yesterday example, and even what we have, just let me check. This bar graph is showing this just because of the parameters which we took, right? So otherwise it will be clear to so for the just I can call to the yesterday example. So yesterday we were working on cafe. So I'll take that example because later on I'll draw a Google map also, right? See, so first of all, I have to import. So the same graph can be drawn over there. Pandas as PD, done. And now that code from which I can upload my file. So that was from Google.colab. What I have to import? I have to import files. Yes, then upload is sorry. Then one variable called upload, and then method which is stored in the files dot upload. Import IMPO import. Okay, I am not import the files. Yes. So I want to import which file? CSV cafe.csv, so that it will be easy for us, and even few more graph also which we can draw, but better to see the yes, in the last. So next is the cafe. So I have to import. This is cafe. Loading 100% done. Now just to read, data is equal to PD dot read underscore CSV and cafe dot CSV. Where I'm missing PD data is PD dot read underscore. Sorry, this is the typing mistake which I have done. Yes, so I'll print data dot head yes. So now we have draw the graph with the dummy values, right? And here suppose I want to draw the graph between these two values. See, average footfall on Monday and average footfall on Tuesday. Or what I want to tell my boss, okay, this is the store. I want a bar graph, and that bar graph will tell me that, okay, on Monday in this cafe, these were the total number of customer visited. In this cafe, these number of customer. In this address, this number of customer. Ma'am, I'm audible, and my screen is also visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what I want?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. So we have got X and Y values. So now what we have to do? We have to fetch this value and this value from my CSV file, right? So how we can fetch it? Like data, then which column I want to access, data, and suppose address. Yes, address, and this has to be in double quotes, address, right? For an example, right now I'll just take only 5 values for it, right? And this values I am storing in variable called ADD. I hope it will give me the values of this address column, 5 values. Yeah, if we want, we can print and check. Right, so these are my 5 values which I got from my data, right? So it will be like the x-axis or the y-axis where you want to draw it, it hardly matter. Now what I want to fetch the number of footfall, number of customer visited my showroom on Monday. So I just take one variable MON, and in that I have to fetch data, and the column name is AFF, average footfall on Monday. Here also I have to fetch only 5 values, otherwise it will show me an error that there is a mismatch between the values, the dimensions. Okay, if I want to check that what are the different values I have in my hand, right? So 5 values I have here, and these 5 values I have here. Now what I want to draw the bar graph. So PLT dot, the graph name is bar, and I have to pass what? Add. So it will show me the variable add, comma, Monday. Let me check. And even I have to call the show method. See, this is showing some object on the 5 artists, right? So if you don't want, you can call dot show, right? So see, this is not visible, this is overlapping to each other because the name of the address is very large, or it is better to call okay, it merged together, right? So we will come back to the same address and execute and give the solution for it. And this is, if I'll want to just separate this, we can assign the different values also. So what I want that for this just first name, right? For this again the second name, or anything. Suppose I want to give it A, B, C, D, and E something. So there is one more method I have, and this is known as xticks. So this is plot dot, I have to add the values on xticks. So x, and we have to add then name of the values which I want. One, it has to be the same 5 values right? Let me check. So it is like this. So it is what it is showing. It is showing the average footfall on showroom A, B, C, D, and E. So on average footfall on Monday on this showroom is 350. Average number of customers who visited the showroom B is somewhere between 350 and 400. This is again with near to 250 plus, and so on. And similarly, we can plot the others graph also, right? So we can plot, as we have seen in the first one, that in 3 different. So now what I want to show or one graph between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? With the help of a line graph. So here we can use the same thing. Again, I'll copy this. We have to fetch the address, and in Monday I'll copy the same syntax. Then what I'm trying to do is this one. See, on particular store, what I want to show is store 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the footfall for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday? So different values. Similarly, I can check Tuesday, which is equal to data AFF. Again, only the 5 values we are considering here just to show, and I'm taking Wednesday is equal to. Similarly, we can call for the whole 7 days data. And this is Wednesday dot okay, what it is. Sorry, I have typed underscore where it is hyphen. So somewhere I have now I have the address of top 5 stores. Simultaneously, I have the top 5 list of customer who visited on Monday for these stores, similarly Tuesday, and similarly on Wednesday. Now what we have to do, we have to draw the graph called plot. Just a second, give me. Just a second. PLT dot plot, and I have to draw this graph between 3 different quantities. So I have to pass, first one is between address, comma Monday, and I hope it will be same, then comma R hyphen, and second graph will be add comma, sorry, add comma Tuesday comma, this is third one is I think, okay, let me check, add comma, what it is. Okay, where is the game? So this is the graph, and even you can say we can change here, red is, and what we can do, we can if we want, we can save that graph also. What is the error? Sorry, this is not 0, this is O. Sorry, this is O. Right, and if you want to show that graph later on, and you can pass this graph to anyone, you can pass it plt dot save figure, and what is the name we want to give for this graph? Suppose average footfall on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Right, this is the name what I want to give, with the extension also, PDF. Sorry, this has to become inside it, and comma. The format is, I have to mention the format also, so that it can recognize. Format is equal to dot PDF. Sorry, PDF. What is the plot? Monday, Wednesday, AFF. Okay. Dot. Just a second. इसको consider करना तो नहीं चाहिए. PLT dot. Okay, I'm so sorry. This is, I have to call it save. Right, so this diagram will be saved on my system. Now we are working on Colab, so it will be stored on Colab, and you can just download it and send it to any person, right? And it can be visualized later also. Similarly, we can draw the scattered graph, that how these values are scattered to each other. So if we want to see here the scattered graph, we can call plt dot scatter, and this is address comma so this on Monday, so this particular store, these are the values. So this is the scattered values, right? So 260, somewhere 350, somewhere more than this. So how the number of customers are scattered between these 5 stores on Monday. So first one, Monday, total number of customers visited. Tuesday, the second, sorry, Monday, first store, and the Monday on the second store, this how many customer, and on third store, Monday, number of customer. Fourth store, Monday, how many customer? Similarly, fifth store, on the same day, how many customer? And if we will do dot show, then it will be clear, right? And except that now we have to move to the two things which I have to show for the next session. I'll just show one is 3D graph and the second one is Folium. There is one more library called Folium. So where we can use Folium? Folium libraries is very much helpful when you want to draw something on map, right? So there Folium is very much helpful. And for Folium, for two parameters, x and y, it needed, but in the form of xy, what we have to pass? We have to pass the longitude and latitude values, which is available on the geographical locations of any particular location, so which we can trace through Google Map and all. So if we will pass the longitude and latitude values in x and y parameters with some more parameters, then it will draw that particular location to the Google Map, right? So just a minute, I'll just give you the glimpse how it is possible. So Folium, the last, which we will, if possible, we will see in the next session, right? Where this cafe dot. So what we can do, just come to the data here. If you are able to see this latitude and longitude values, right? So what it indicate? It indicate the latitude and longitude values of this particular store, which is available in Mumbai. So if we want to draw the geographical location of this graph on a Google map, then the next library of Python come into the picture, and which is known as Folium, right? So within 2 minutes I'll show. So suppose I'll import Folium as F. Let me check. Yes, if it is not installed, so first of all we can install it through this command pip install Folium. Sometime, and now we can call import Folium. These things we will cover later. So I have import and just f dot map, f dot map, right? This function. So in this function, I have to pass the location. So location, the location to draw on the map, right? And this we can pick the location of these two columns. So copy and pass it here, comma, and copy, That's all. Nothing more than that. Later on, we will see it completely. So if I'll execute it, let me see what will be the output. See, again, and how it is now. See, this is Mumbai, so somewhere it is pointing out, but it is not directly pointing out because we have not mentioned anything here. So this map method take few more parameters, like on which symbol I want to use to point out this particular location, and so on. That we will see later.
Sir, can you show the read data in the previous slide? So please, little bit more.
Which one, ma'am?
So read data. And before that, we are using in the read. थोड़ा सा और पहले.
Yes.
थोड़ा सा और. Yes. बस करिए. नहीं, read वाला जो था, read command तुम पढ़ रहे थे ना, उसको read करने के लिए वो दिखाइए. Yes. यहाँ इसी डेटा को रीड करने के लिए तुमने किया था. Yes sir. बस एक सेकेंड.
हाँ, sure ma'am.
Thank you sir.
My pleasure, ma'am. My pleasure. So and similarly, this is I'll try to complete Folium in the next session. And here one more thing. We can draw the 3D graphs also with the help of this Matplotlib. So I'll just show the demo of that also. I'll come, because somewhere we need the 3D demonstration. Right, so okay, so from there one more libraries MPL underscore.
Some more argument in map function.
That I'll continue the next. See, the next session will be at 3 o'clock. So in that session, what I will cover only two things: the same graphs, right, with the what should I say, with Seaborn libraries, which is available in the Python first, and we will try to this code to draw the location of each and every cafe which is available inside this file on the Google map, right? And row map of what it is like just a second please. Folium except title, just a second, let me cover them first. And title is equal to something you can mention over there. Mumbai, and you can mention zoom level. Let's see the difference, what it is saying. Title, so this is, let me see. Title, sorry, this is not titles. Init keyword argument zoom level. Now what is zoom level? is equal to 5. It should come. Just a second. Location is this, comma, tiles is something, zoom level is equal to 5. Got an unexpected error. Just a second. F dot map location, then we have passed the location, tiles is something. Let me check one by one. Custom tag, custom map. Just a second. Zoom underscore.
Not available.
Let me. I'll continue in the next session. We'll check what are the parameters. Right. So this is something which we can use, for the Google Map, right? Which is a very efficient tool, because if we will try to add Google Map in our program with the help of any other libraries, so it is very much, time consuming and tough to implement Google APIs into your project. But you can see this, how much easy it is, and now it is working properly, right? Yes. So if I want to, as I mentioned earlier, if I want to show the location of each and every cafe to my boss, that's okay, or he want to just take a decision, right? So I will try to get this code, right, so that we can just have a demo also, and we will continue with Seaborn, right? So this 5 minutes are remaining. We are binding this session here so that we can take the lunch, because yesterday also the time was over, and it was 30 minutes over the defined time, right? So here we bind the session. Remaining things we will continue in the next coming session, which is visualization with Seaborn libraries, right? Then we will see how Seaborn is faster than Matplotlib, right? So again, one more example we will take and continue. Over to you, ma'am, and thank you so much for attending the session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Anyone is having any queries regarding? Then
thank you, sir.
Sir, Kapil sir, one question. If we use R programming language for do all these things, we can do in the very similar way. Of course, by using some other libraries.
Yes,
so
yes.
How requirements in terms of efficiency or other things?
Sir, actually the main advantage of Python is, first, it is very much capable. It means it is very much efficient. And the second is, if we want to analyze the data, right, not an issue, we can continue with the R. But when the more things are coming for our project, like the visualization, or you can say the predictions also, then definitely we will compare with the R. Python has huge libraries, huge libraries, which are very much easy. So you can, what you can do, see, same thing you can do in R, not an issue. But the thing is, your efforts will be there for writing the code. See, if you want, if I want to write a program, simple program, sir, for just shorting the numbers, so it will take in C language or Java 10 or 12 lines. But in Python, we can do it in the one line. And see this folium, only the one line, and we can just pointing out one location on the Google map, because implicitly somewhere it is using the inbuilt function, right? So that Thank you, sir.
R also does that same, but there are many things which are there in Python is not there in R, of course. But R also does the similar type of concept, like high-level programming. It uses some libraries for that.
Yes, sir.
It is not like C++.
Yes, but if we compare R and Python, so somewhere Python has the huge libraries compared to R.
Sir, right. Actually R is more customized for data analysis and data sciences, and Python is for other purpose also, for other applications.
Yes, sir. So the same thing with when we have some more applications and the area is expanding, then we can use Python for it is inbuilt libraries.
Okay, thank you. This is Dr. Shashank Puskar from BIT Mesra, Ranchi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Tomar.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for session. Nice session.
Thank you, sir.
And the morning session for day 2 is over. So all the participants will again join at its scheduled time. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.